Okay, no jumper number 4. I'm here with the one and only Grant Cobb, tattoo icon, overall scumbag around town. Scumbag, is that offensive?
Yeah, motherfuckers.
So I just want to get this started. What are some questions that I should avoid asking a tattoo artist on a podcast? What are the questions that really get under your fucking skin?
Fuck tattooers. I don't like any of them, so you can ask whatever you want.
You don't feel like you're part of that community?
No, I'm not a part of any community. I'm a fucking idiot.
So what are the questions that offend you? Or that bother you, annoy you?
Anything to do with hoarders. It's a little too
Hoarders?
close to home. Yeah.
What do you mean?
My mom's a hoarder.
And what does that have to do with?
Oh, that's just questions I don't like to talk about. I don't want to talk about hoarders.
Why the fuck would I ask you about hoarders? I didn't know about that until you just said it.
Yeah, you didn't really fucking get too specific.
I'm talking about questions in general.
Anything else? Yeah.
In general, that as a
stay
tattoo.
away from hoarding questions, and everything else is cool.
Okay, but I have no idea why you would think that I would be asking about hoarding. But
I didn't assume that you would. I was just, you asked me, and that was my answer. That's all I had. That's what came right to the top of my head.
All right, but so what really fucking gets under your skin that people ask you?
I fucking that you really stumped me. I'm not usually short of fucking words, but nothing really bothers me. There's no stupid question. They're all stupid.
Yeah, they're all just retarded in general.
Yeah.
So okay,
I mean, you can pretty much ask anything you want about tattooing. If it's something relevant, then I might change tone, and if I give two shits, then I'll just sound like this.
Okay. So where are you from exactly? Grant Cobb, professional tattoo artist in the building.
Yeah, Grant Cobb. I was born in Alabama, but I called DC home. Washington, D.C. is kind of home for me. That's where I spent most of my life.
Okay. So what age did you move to D.C.?
Well, we moved around a lot when I was a kid. My stepdad was a surveyor. And he would go and do, like, RFK Stadium, you know what I mean? Like, he'd do a project here and there. So we moved around a lot. And we were in Northern Virginia, like outside of D.C. a couple of times, in D.C. once. And I spent most of my adult life there until I moved here about 6 years ago.
Okay. And you were always artistic, or?
Yeah, we're autistic, yeah. I've been drawing and painting and writing and doing art stuff, photography, all kinds of shit forever. Yeah.
Were you a bad kid coming up, or were you always?
No. I never got caught.
Yeah, really. But
sometimes I have malicious intentions. I won't lie, but for the most part, I did pretty well to keep my nose clean.
But you were doing crazy stuff since the young age, just with girls, or what?
No, just with everybody, everything.
Everything.
It's
Crime?
kind of living on the edge. Not so much. I was never a drug dealer, which I feel like most people associate with crime these days. Just because I had a good way, I had money because I had a good way, like a good craft or trade or whatever.
But so with the tattooing thing, even real young, or? I
started. I was in the Marines because an art scholarship doesn't pay for shit like a football one. I was in the Marines and I started tattooing when I was in. So I started when I was like 19, 20. I'm 39 now, so I'm old. Fuck.
So from day one, what was your tattooing life like? Who got you into it?
Me.
Yeah, what'd you do? You bought your own equipment and just started doing it? Or?
No, I didn't just start doing it. I found a place to do an apprenticeship. I asked enough questions to eventually get the right ones and kind of used the process of elimination to figure out which ones those were. And, I did an apprenticeship. I went about it the right way. Took the fucking trash out for 8 months until I did 2 tattoos and was better with my boss.
And then what was it like from there? How long did you work in that shop or before you joined the Marines?
I was in the Marines already when I started. I was stationed in Quantico, and then I worked at a shop in Virginia, and this dude, Greg Piper, he was a cool guy, like he's still got a shop there and doing pretty well for himself. But I worked for him for a while, and I told him I'd be there 5 years, and I was there pretty much 5 years of the day, and then I went to another spot in D.C., this place, Jinx Proof.
And then when you moved out to L.A., did you start? So Jinx Proof, how long were you there?
I was there for 5 years, and then I got fired.
How come?
I was at some hotel fucking some chick.
Instead of coming into work?
Instead of being at work.
Have you always had a hard time?
I was a bartender, too. I've always had a hard time,
with
dealing
schedules.
with my fucking need for attention, so I constantly
Your
want
need for attention? What do you mean by that?
I just want attention constantly.
From girls or from what?
Just from everything in general, the universe.
And how does that usually?
I want falling stars to fucking curve a little bit towards me.
How does that manifest itself? Do you keep a lot of people around you that are?
I just fucking try to be funny. It's really, it's probably a defense mechanism. I'm probably really crying inside, but outwardly, I just fucking want to be the center of the show.
So you're like a people pleaser, or you just want to be pleased?
No, I want to be pleased.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a fucking fascist. Anyway.
Okay, so you're working. Where were we? You're.
So I worked at Jinx Proof for a long time. It was a shop in Georgetown in D.C., like the fanciest, fucking richest neighborhood area or whatever. Made a killing money. And I worked at a bar next door, too. I worked at this nightclub. that if I wasn't working, they probably wouldn't let me in. And
Doing what, like bouncing?
No, I was a bartender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I blow fire. I think we have some
You
lamp.
blew fire?
Yeah, I think we have some lamp oil in the car. I can do that later. We can catch it on video.
It's no
bullshit.
Blowing fire was no big deal to you at this time?
No, excuse me. Thanks for the beer, by the way.
No doubt. It sounds kind of like a gay bar type of thing, blowing fire. I've never seen that in a bar.
I worked the club I worked at Modern, there were 2 other ones. There's Nation, but like Paul Oakenfold and like those cats, like he was a resident DJ there at Nation. I bartended there too. And Saturday was gay night. And sometimes I fill in over there, and I can't say I didn't take my shirt off sometimes. But I like attention. I didn't fuck anybody. I didn't blow anybody, but I definitely fucking was down to party.
Wait, but so it didn't bother you taking your shirt off in the gay club to maximize the tips or what?
Except Black Gay Pride, because every now and then somebody would walk up to the fucking bar and go, "Can I get a water?" And you'd hear their fucking dick hit the bar. So
what? Their boner would just pop up upon looking at you?
It wasn't a boner. It would swing. It was just like they walk up. And what the fuck?
I like that you use the bodily Gatorade as if there's this liquid swimming around inside the black penis.
Well, you can have a fucking Ciroc bottle here because that'd be more accurate. But
okay, so
that was a little nerve wracking because they have hey buddy, what's going on? I just need a water. And then I'm like, oh my God.
How comfortable do you consider yourself around gay people?
Too comfortable, probably.
One time, I was on a date with a girl, and we ended up having to go to a bar right after, and we didn't realize it was a gay bar. We went in. It was like the last half hour, and I consider myself totally cool with gay people, but I did see 3 fat guys that looked like Randy from Trailer Park Boys, and they were in a conga line, shirts off, super hairy.
I didn't get a conga line. I just took my fucking shirt off and served Red Bulls at fucking 4 in the morning.
As a straight guy, to understand the gay community, I think you really have to kind of see it in real life.
I don't want to understand it. I'm just okay.
To understand it. Yeah. I'm totally cool with it too. But
profit from it.
These 3 dudes are so fat, and they were so attracted to each other that it was just like, wow, this shit really goes down. These guys are serious about their lifestyle.
Yeah, that's the fucking Maori.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying that before that your experience tattooing a lot of gay dudes are all fucked up on Molly.
Oh no, it wasn't gay dudes. It was Vietnamese guys.
But so wait, this is.
I think there's a big difference.
Let's talk before we get more into your career. Let's talk about people doing drugs to get tattooed. This is something that a lot of people seem to think you shouldn't drink, you shouldn't do anything. But you obviously know plenty of people that they medicate in some form before they go get tattooed.
I'd say more than 50% of everything you've ever heard from a tattooer is a lie.
Because they want you to be in control.
They want you to make
their job.
They want their job to be as easy as possible.
Right.
So if some fucking Hessian fucking redneck tattooer at some biker fucking shop in middle Pennsylvania ever said if you connect your armband, then your soul can't leave your body. I've heard the craziest shit ever.
There are tattoo artists down south saying stuff like that.
Yeah, it's some fucking dickhead that doesn't want to fucking spend the extra time to put that extra fucking inch inside your arm because he doesn't want to have to break out a massage table and keep you on an armrest.
Oh.
So there's that. There's, what'd you use on that? Oh, you can't use Neosporin. Neosporin will fuck your tattoo up. The only thing that'll fuck your tattoo up besides you going home and fucking rubbing dirt or fucking getting bit by a shark is me. If your tattoo's fucked up, come back and complain to me because I fucking did it. If you fucking take care of it all the wrong ways, a month later, it should be healed. 2 weeks later, if you didn't take care of it, it might still be scabby and fucked off. But
so people obsess over these minute details, right?
Well, those fucking assholes. That's different. But, if one fucking little line, I'm not a fucking machine, but I'm pretty goddamn good. But if your tattoo's fucked up after a month, it's my fault.
Right.
And come back and be like, dickhead, fix this.
Yeah.
I'll fix it. I'll be like, yeah, my bad. But most everything tattooers say is a lie. And it's Neosporin, they'll fucking pull the color out. The only thing pulling the fucking color out is some fucking dickhead who doesn't know how to make an outline in fucking the fucking deep valley somewhere.
So what are your thoughts on people who get drunk to get tattooed? This is fine.
No, they move too much and they fucking say stupid shit and they're annoying as fuck and they usually have bad breath. And there's all kinds of things wrong with getting shit hammered while you're getting tattooed.
But physically, there's no reason to believe that's worse.
If you can fucking sit still and shut the fuck up, I don't care if you drink a handle of fucking Jack Daniels. More power to you.
Do you have a lot of guys coming in who are super pilled out and they're just fucking all glazy-eyed and retarded?
I wouldn't know. I am. But no. Well, you can. No, as long as you can sit still and let me do my job, I'm cool with it.
You don't care. You're more open-minded than perhaps some of your peers.
And I take responsibility for the shit that I do too. If it's fucked up, it's my fault. If you're fucking anemic and retarded and fucking got, I don't know, some other fucking ailments, then maybe it's, you know what I mean? If you got fucking terrible eczema and I'm tattooing you on your fucking dandruffy scalp, then.
You ever do a misspelling on a tattoo?
Yeah.
What was it?
I misspelled something on Jason Ellis. I misspelled Ellis Mate because this band came on his show. And
Ellis Mania.
Ellis Mate, I think.
Oh, what the hell's that?
I don't know. One of his nicknames. But So I only made it with one L instead of two. I don't know. Some band came in and they were like, play our shit on your show and we'll let Granite tattoo Ellis made on our asses. And I did that, and two were right, and then one was wrong. My bad. But whatever. It was a fucking prank anyway. And the other time, it was really like I did this fucking dope-ass tattoo on Jason's leg. It was like a Sea-Doo because Kawasaki was sponsoring him or something, and I spelled Kowalski or some shit. Because it was like the perspective on it. You know, it says Kawasaki down this fucking front fairing on the Sea-Doo, and it disappears into the edge. And I was trying to like, I'll fucking noodle out and get all the letters in there, and I missed one.
So what do you do in these instances? Were you able to fix it, or you just have to kind of swallow it?
He called me at fucking 7 in the morning the next day on his fucking radio show when it used to air on the East Coast time, and I was like, hey, man, what'd you put on my leg? Kawasaki? What the fuck do you think? Did you miss any letters? It was like, fuck.
So you got called out on the radio for this?
Yeah, he called. I mean, we were good friends, though. It was all in good fun. It was definitely entertaining. But, yeah, I think both the times I've misspelled things have been on his show or around that. Oh, no, there's this other guy I tattooed, and he was this Russian dude, and he was getting meat tags on him, and he had this crazy Russian name with, like, weird backwards letters like corn and stuff. I don't know. It was just fucking really weird.
Like
and I remember I remember making a fucking letter and going, wait, all right, I know it's Russian, but I'm pretty sure there are no 8s. In the Russian alphabet.
But we also take it for granted, like that we
God
assume that, it's Russian, it could look like whatever. But to them, this is very serious.
His name was fucking Stroganoff, and I put Stroganoff.
So when did you move to LA? What made you make the move?
Oh, you know what? I moved out here to work with, in all seriousness, when I make that serious voice, there's a guy, Bob Roberts, who owns Spotlight Tattoo, and it's on Melrose. And it's a fucking LA like staple, like there's like his shop, and then there's Shamrock up on Sunset, and those are two like real deal. There's like Jack Rudy down in Anaheim. Bob Roberts is one of those guys. It's like Bob Roberts and Ed Hardy and Jack Rudy. And
that's how I met you, is because Eli Quinters recommended that I get tattooed by you or Bob when I moved out to LA from Brooklyn.
Yeah, and Eli is a fucking amazing artist. I got a Smith Street tattoo right here on my hand, because that's where I work when I'm in New York. And I love Bert and Steve and fucking Dan Santoro and Eli and all those guys. But in all reality, like Bob Roberts is... like him and Jack Rudy both, they're the two like OG guys still tattooing. And I've had the pleasure of working, not for Jack, which maybe I'll try to change that if you ever forget. Anyway, I got in trouble a long time ago when I first started. But no, I worked for Bob, and I worked for Ed Hardy in San Francisco. And Ed's an amazing person. Bob used to work for Ed in the 70s. And in all reality, man, like, that dude is the history of tattooing. That guy's the close. Yeah, Bob Roberts is still tattooing, and he's still fucking killing the game. There's not a single tattoo that I ever do that I put up next to one of his and go, yeah, mine's. It just wouldn't happen because I have so much respect. And not just do I have to respect, because there's a bunch of old cats still like poking holes in people. But he's doing it and fucking pushing the envelope and making Eli Quinters better and making me better.
What is it about Bob's work that is still so relevant in your mind?
Because he's a goddamn artist, man. I was at the Long Beach convention, and I met Olivia. That there's a pinup in every fucking Playboy. It's a watercolor painting, and it looks like a Vargas girl from, the whatever. And we ran into her, and Bob and her were friends from the 70s when he had a shop in New York when it was illegal to tattoo there, and they were fucking talking about cocaine grinders and these awesome fucking stories, and she's so amazing and such an amazing person, and I met her through Bob, and he's friends with Robert Williams, like Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, the whole inner fucking paint, the whole inset of that fucking CD or record or whatever is a Robert Williams painting. He's one of the fucking, he made... like surreal cartoon tattoo, like paintings, like these oil paintings that are like these fucking crazy comic book illustrations. And Bob and him are like homies, like fucking Bob called fucking, I'm just not gonna even say it, but Bob is a very relevant person. Like he went to fucking Studio 54 and fucking Andy Warhol drew a tattoo on somebody, and they went back to Bob's shop, Andy and a bunch of other fucking coked out fucking.
Well, so dudes. How forthcoming is Bob with these kind of stories?
And Bob tattooed it on him. You know what I mean? Like Ed Hardy went to Japan and learned how to tattoo in Japan after he left Sailor Jerry's shop in Hawaii, and came back. And Bob went to work for him. Ed Hardy's sitting on the fucking floor tattooing with a kimono on, or a gi or whatever. And Bob's like, I ain't sitting in the fucking floor and tattooing, Holmes. And he came in with a massage table and was tattooing on a massage, doing a chest eagle on this dude. And Ed comes in and goes, what the fuck is that? It's a body table, dude. Like, I ain't sitting on the floor. I told you. Wait, so you can just pull your chair right up under it and fucking let me see that. And he kicks Bob out of his chair, and he scoots up under there, and he fucking starts shading this fucking chest eagle Bob had been working on. And Ed never sat on the floor again. Like, that dude's still tattooing on fucking 58, 59 Melrose.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like
so that trips you out that there's still people alive that created this shit, that you're still part of that history.
That fucking paved the way when there were no magazines to steal from, when there's no Instagram to steal from. I have no idea how many times I've seen this one tattoo I did done, and it looks like it's all flattened out because it's on some motherfucker's arm, and some dickhead traced it off the fucking internet. And that same perspective, that wide angle your 16 millimeter your iPhone shoots at, they traced it in that same perspective. So this bitch's face is flat. You know what I mean? Like,
and does that kill you because you originally drew this?
No, it's flattering. I don't give a shit. Whatever.
Yeah, but does it kill you to see that people are doing a poor job of it, or is it just kind of whatever?
No, it kills me that people don't know that I wouldn't be able to do that without Bob Roberts or Ed Hardy or Jack Rudy or these cats who are still fucking around. You know what I mean? And people should fucking go and, like, you know, man, like, stop by and buy a fucking T-shirt. Go in and get a fucking tattoo from these dudes. Like, Spotlight's slow as fuck, you know? Like, I work there still. I was working there the other day. And it's crazy that it's slow because Bob Roberts fucking hangs his hat there and still fucking puts in work there and still does paintings that blow my fucking mind.
What do you blame for that, though? Is that the young kids who know a lot about tattoos just aren't?
No, it's the young kids who think they know a lot about tattoos. Like every dickhead with a color portrait that doesn't have an outline that I've fucking redone. You know what I mean? And I've talked to the cats who are the best at fucking doing it about it. It's like, dude, you're fucking amazing. You do these things that are incredible. Like, if you fucking used a little bit of black.
But do you think that you're too close-minded about tattoos, that you have such a specific style that you prefer? Or
no, because I've tried to do every different style. The best tattooer in the world is Mike Wilson. He does everything fucking perfect. And, you know, that's who I want to be. Scott Sylvia does the same thing in San Francisco at Blackheart. Like, he can do any fucking thing you want. Fine line, single needle cholo chick like Jack Rudy, or fucking Ed Hardy fucking style this, or fucking Horitomo fucking this, or like whatever. He can do it all, and he can do it all correctly and amazing. And, you know, that's what I strive to do, is just be well-rounded. But I do know how things age because I did color portraits in fucking the mid-'90s, and I saw how those age on construction workers. Like, yeah, I did this fucking thing that looks unfucking believable. It was like fucking Kiefer Sutherland from Lost Boys portrait on this dude's arm. Kiefer Sutherland came into fucking Jinx Proof and fucking took a picture next to it because he thought it was so dope. But that guy fucking roofs houses for a living, and now that color portrait looks like shit.
Right.
And luckily I put enough black in there so it's still recognizable if he ever comes back to get a touch-up. But I know that tattoos need, like, certain things, like a fucking, like, you need a skeleton, you know? It needs a little bit of outline. It needs a little bit of black shading. And then you get as fucking fancy as you want, and I try to do that too.
And how would you go about...
take my shirt off the rave.
So somebody comes in that says, you know, hey, I want to get tattooed, and they have this idea that you do not agree with at all. How do you start explaining to them why a tattoo needs a dark outline and what it is about it that makes that so important?
I make it a history lesson, and I do just what I just said.
Yeah, you just show them how it doesn't age well and stuff?
Excuse me. Yeah, I try to convince them, and if they're not convinced and they have enough money, they can convince me to do fucking things that I'm morally opposed to. But I'll still do it, because...
So you say you're morally opposed to bad tattoos?
Yeah, well, I'm morally opposed to things that aren't going to hold up. If it's not going to last 20 years and look good in 20 years, like after that, your fucking tits sag and your ass falls and
you'd like to think that your tattoos are going to survive.
You got bigger fucking problems to give a shit. But I try to I've seen tattoos personally that Bob did in the 70s, and I've seen tattoos that fucking Ed did in the 70s, and they blow my fucking mind. And I want to make things that hold up like that. You know what I mean? I want to make a tattoo that's a fucking back piece on this cat Erno, who's fucking dead now because he's a fucking junkie. But I mean, but I worked for him, and he taught me a lot of things. And one of the big things he taught me was showing me the tattoos that he had from Horiyoshi 2, who's long since dead, rest in peace. But and fucking Ed Hardy, and it looked like something fucking Tim Lehigh or one of these fucking top, you know what I mean? Like some of the best in the business did a few months ago. And when I say Tim Lehigh, with all fucking respect for that dude and like how his tattoos look, he worked for Ed Hardy. All the fucking best have. You know what I mean? And I take a lot of pride in having, you know, I didn't talk like I am right now. I was sitting there, shut the fuck up, and remember every fucking word out of that man's mouth, because it's fucking genius in my business.
Is that one of the biggest, like, problems with the younger generation of tattoo artists, is that they have their own opinions and they want to do things their own way, and they're not willing to listen to the previous generation?
Yeah, they validate things with how Instagram validates things.
Has Instagram completely taken over the tattoo world in a sense?
Yeah, but whatever. You know, like, I've got fucking 20-something thousand Instagram followers. I don't want them to fucking go away. I want 200,000.
But that's like kind of what the game is now.
I can talk about my favorite tampons to get paid.
Dudes get jobs and they get guest spots based on their followers nowadays. This is normal?
You know, well, I don't know, man. I keep a real, you know, when I said I didn't really associate with a lot of tattoos, I really don't, and I'm a bit of a snob about it. I'm not going to talk to some kid if he comes in and fucking gets tattooed and asks me some questions, you know, he's putting money in my pocket, and if he asks me a question, I'm going to give him most of the time honest answers. If some fucking dickhead fucking asked me on Twitter, which has happened before, it's like, oh man, what kind of white do you use? Like, that's the sickest white I've ever seen.
See, that's an example of an annoying question.
Yeah. Well, if that guy asked me on fucking Twitter or fucking whatever, I'm like, okay, well, don't tell anybody. Okay, well, I got 10,000 plus fucking followers on Twitter, and I'm saying don't tell anybody publicly, so that's pretty much calling you an asshole. And then
Twitter's not the appropriate venue for that sort of question.
No, not at all. And that's why my answer wasn't appropriate. And I was like, don't tell anybody, but it's liquid paper and high-proof vodka. You mix it up half and half, and that's how you do it. In reality, the contrast makes the skin look white, and I'm putting fucking white in a tattoo because I'm a real tattooer. And I fucking put black
no
around
white is a key rule.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a place for everything. You know what I mean? And I'm not fucking knocking people who do amazing things with it. And I'm not even knocking people. I'm assuming that all these amazing artists who do things that I just have seen happen before and seen them go horribly wrong. Like, I'm assuming that they're such good artists, they're gonna maybe see that, oh, well, fuck, you know, if I make a brown out of orange and red and that sees the sun for one summer, that orange is gonna fall out and your grandma's gonna be green. Or I'd say orange and red, orange and green to make a brown skin tone. Or, you know, I'm assuming that these people are like, they're so competent because they do such amazing artwork, they're gonna see that that's just fucking an asshole move, you know, because it's gonna have to get redone every 3 years.
Right.
I'm thinking they're gonna fucking evolve, and then tattooing's really gonna make another big step forward, you know. But
wait, a big step forward. What do you think that there's gonna be like a revolution of sorts of everybody figuring shit out, or?
I think people are gonna start to figure things out because they're gonna see it. You know what I mean? I've been tattooing for 20 years, and I am a cocky fucking prick. You know what I mean? For a long time, I thought my shit didn't stink, and then I was like, oh, well, that does smell really terrible, and I changed how I did things, but. You know, just like my answer for this fucking kid, like, if you want those fucking answers, then come in and get tattooed. Don't ask me on fucking Twitter because I'm going to tell you some bullshit. And then people that are real tattooers who are, like, my friends or peers or whatever, they're going to text me and go, oh, my God, that shit was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? And that happened when I did that.
Right. Do you think that you have a lot more reverence for the art form because of the fact that you're a classically trained artist and that you've actually studied art itself? Because there's a lot of people in the tattoo scene that just have complete tunnel vision where they've never been exposed to any sort of art besides tattooing, right?
Well, most of my art, I mean, to back up a little bit, I mean, most of my art's like self-taught. Like, I read a lot. And I read a lot of fiction, and I think that fucking fuels your creativity. You know, just at my core of like doing art, you know. But I went to school for electronic engineering. Like, I didn't go to school for art, you know. And I don't have like a formal education, but I've read a lot of books. You know what I mean? And as I get older, I'll go back and look at those like things that I found to be like just go into that fucking pile of medial tasks that I was above. And I'll go and I'll do every step of drawing the fucking turtle head, you know, and I'll make the circle and the rectangle. And I'll go back and do a lot of those things that I thought I was so above before. So I feel like I have evolved as an illustrator or as a craftsman, as a tattooer, or even as an artist, as a painter, you know what I mean? Where I can really just fucking like throw goldfish in a blender and throw them on a wall. But, you know, like I feel like there are a lot of really exceptional artists who are formally trained. Like, I know people with fucking graduate degrees who fucking teach at like Micah in Baltimore and teach at fucking the San Francisco Art Institute, who are painters, who are tattooers, and green or not tattooing, they're capable of the artistically and illustrative, you know, in an illustrative sense of these amazing things. And I think when they really when they have enough tenure under their belt to like see enough tattooing, to see how it ages and watch their own tattoos age, then they're going to understand a lot more. And when they couple that with their formal like art education and real knowledge of art and illustration, that's when that jump's going to happen. And it's close to happening. I think it's going to happen.
But isn't traditional?
I don't even think it's a good thing, but I just know it's going to happen. I like outcast shit. I like biker stuff.
Would you describe yourself as doing mostly traditional tattoos?
Nah.
You don't call it traditional?
I don't even do it right most of the time. Yeah. Eli and those guys at Smith Street, they do it right.
So what would you call your style of tattooing in comparison to theirs, which is like...
I just try to make shit that's going to hold up. And I draw the way I draw. And I like to do traditional stuff, and sometimes I'll really like focus to not like overdo it and make it too much, you know, and I'll try to like rein myself in. And when I was working at Spotlight full-time, Bob really helped me and taught me a lot of lessons, because that's where art and tattooing is. Art... It's not the fucking Alex Gray looking crazy, you know, fucking, you know, every fucking vein in a human fucking organism. Like, that's not what makes people who can pull that off. That's not art. What's art about it is like, it's like a Johnny Cash song. Like, that's fucking art, you know? It doesn't have to be fucking Mozart every time. That's the Americana. It's when a 3-year-old can look and go, oh, Panther, at some fucking crusty old fucking sailor's arm. That's art. That's Americana. That's what's cool about fucking tattooing. That's what's cool about Japanese tattooing and the very strict, regimented fucking way clouds are done or water's done or fucking different flowers depict different seasons in those things, you know? And working with these cats, like, you know, I've learned a lot of those things. And that's what Bob taught me about, like, what art is, where you find art in tattooing. Art's not this fucking crazy conceptual fucking hippie nonsense. It's like Panther from a fucking 3-year-old. That's what makes it art.
But do you think
and
that...
I strive for that, but I'm not a traditional, like, tattooer, no.
But do you think a lot of tattooers, they have to go through a period of trying out all this kind of weird shit and experimenting and stuff before they're able to arrive at this sort of consensus that you've come to of what a tattoo should be?
Man, I try. You know, I really don't think about it. You know,
do you have embarrassing tattoos that you did back in the day that you're not hyped on? And what was the point where you sort of crossed the line where you could look back at all your tattoos past a certain point and say, all right, I knew what I was doing at this point?
You know what? I've looked back and I've seen both. I've looked back and I've seen things that are 20 years old, and I'm like, well, fuck, man, that's not that bad. You know what I mean? Most of this are like kanjis and tribal armbands, but because I could put it in and get it solid. But you know, and I look back and I'm like, well, that was a bad decision. But I never really look back and like. I was really lucky and fucking taught by some people who really taught me a lot, you know what I mean? And really taught me a lot of, like, fundamentals, a lot of art stuff, you know? Like, I've just been really, really fortunate coming in at the very beginning of, like, this generation of fucking art fags. But it is what it is. But I was really lucky, and I came in at a time where it was still hard to get information because there wasn't an internet,
right?
You know, or a tangible fucking internet like it is now. But there was still, like, I worked with enough people that could answer enough questions that I could use my own, like, art credentials to fucking get to where I wanted to go. You know what I mean? And then when all this stuff happened and it was a free flow of information, thanks, Seth, there was a fucking Reed Street forum a long time ago, and a lot of people claim that as being, like, that's when you first found out all the secrets. You know?
When? It was just one forum in particular?
There was one forum. There's a Reed Street forum. This guy, Seth Safari, who still builds fucking private.
And so is he, like, notorious for having aired out all these secrets?
No. I mean, no, because he's put out just as many lies. He's a fucking good dude. He's a real close friend of mine. He's a tattoo machine builder, and he still does some of the cleanest tattoos I've ever seen. He definitely does traditional right. Fucking AIDS, sorry.
Fucking AIDS.
Anyway.
But that actually is a question on my list. It says, have you ever had sex with a girl who was HIV positive?
Yeah.
Because okay, we just jump into that?
Yeah. But he started this forum. And, you know, I mean, there's just anything you want. You could ask Jeeves how to fucking mix your own tattoo ink, and he'll tell you. But, or ask, or fucking some other fucking internet thing I don't really know about. But, you know, there's just... I was really lucky to have, like, certain people to help me in a good direction to excel. And
right.
I definitely had a year of my life that I fucking just fucked it all up. And
what do you mean by that? What year?
I fucking lost my mind. My little brother died, and I fucking gradually self-destructed.
And when was this?
Recently.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, no, he died 6 years ago. But it took him 4 or 5 years to really fucking implode. But now, you know, I've kind of, like, come out of that, and, you know, now I'm in a good place, positive, and, you know, like, working and due diligence to really, like, owning my craft again. But
was that a struggle for you at a certain point as a tattoo artist? You just felt like you didn't really...
Personal life will always affect every other fucking thing in your life, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I'm in a good place now, and now I'm, you know, I can be vocal about, you know what I mean? I can talk about it and not really, like, trip over it, because I've done crazy, insane, stupid things. But
I know I've heard about them wall gang tattooed at least once or twice. But
yeah,
did a lot of that crazy stuff start to happen like when you moved to LA? Why did you move to LA again? Just to work at Spotlight?
I moved to work at Spotlight. I moved here to work for Bob because he's the fucking best. Still doing it.
And do you love LA?
Nah, fucking this place sucks.
But well, do you love LA in comparison to Baltimore or wherever else you might be able to be?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I like it here, and you know, the weather's nice and people are beautiful, and everybody just looks smart in DC now. But no, but I mean, I like everywhere I'm at, and I like everywhere I go, and I'm so lucky to, you know, have worked in fucking 15 different countries and fucking goddamn every city I give a shit about, and fucking for all the people that I most care about. And you know, I fucking let a lot of people down when I was strung out of my fucking mind on drugs for like a year that I just pretty much lost, you know, and I've tried to make amends for that. And
when did you start doing drugs?
I don't know, when I first found them when I was a kid, but when I lost control on them was a little more recent. But you know, it is what it is, and you know, I have those fucking demons to like fight forever, and I'm fine with that fight, you know, and I know the ones that I can fucking like live with, you know what I mean, and I know the ones that will fucking just make me a different person.
What are the ones that'll make you a different person?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to go specifics?
Yeah, I don't want to get too specific.
Okay.
Because I just fucking did it all. I mean, I was really like just fucking hell bent on like killing it. I was just in a bad place, man, and I can't be because I'm a dad. You know what I mean? I got a kid I care about and who's awesome. I got a baby mama who I hate, but I'm fucking responsible for like being here to help her raise my son, and you know, and I got a lot of people I care about, and I'm trying to do the best I can.
At what point in your career here did you end up like going on tour with Fall Out Boy for huge amounts of time?
It wasn't Fall Out Boy. I went out with Good Charlotte.
Oh, right, yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
I went out with Avenged Sevenfold for a bunch, and those dudes are super close friends of mine.
And what were you doing, security or something, or were you just into entourage?
I was tattooing, hanging out, and fucking...
Oh, so you were doing tattoos on the road?
Yeah.
Is that enjoyable experience?
I mean, I did security for Good Charlotte until I got fired.
What'd you get fired for?
Punching some guy and he fell down the stairs.
So what?
Like 16 stairs.
Did you get sued, or did they get sued? Or?
No, everything's cool. That guy, it was his fault. He was a giant.
And so they had to let you off tour because they were just like, oh, you're a liability.
They didn't really have to let me off tour. It was their fucking like real manager was there, not their tour manager.
Right. How do you know those guys?
I know them from Maryland.
Oh,
so I've
okay.
known them since they were fucking like kids, man. Benji and Joel are like two of my best friends.
What's the craziest shit you saw on tour with?
They're pretty fucking tame, man, and they're pretty fucking loyal and like dedicated. They're like old ladies, like, you know, whoever it was then or whoever it is now. Like they really, you know what I mean? They're like real good dudes.
Is that how you got introduced to sort of like the celebrity scene in LA? Because I know you've definitely got some famous chicks on your list.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've tattooed a bunch of people and fucked a couple.
Yeah. What? All right, let's get into that right away. What is it like getting ass as a tattoo artist? Is it like the easiest thing in the world? Or
it could be, and I've seen it. And early on, I just saw this one dude who was just so creepy and would like creep on girls so much. And it's like you have a closed audience. Like if you're at a bar picking up a chick, the hardest part is like sparking up some conversation they give two fucks about, and then you convincing them that you give a fuck about what they're actually saying.
Right.
That's done deal.
And the fact that you're beautifying them.
If you're and if you're tattooing them,
you're an artist.
You have a closed audience. You can talk about where the fuck you want, and they got to listen to it for however long you make that tattoo take.
Right. There's so many reasons that being a tattoo artist is the perfect way to meet women.
It is, and I just chose early on to not be that dude because I saw him take it too far and like really use that.
Right.
And that was really all the game he had. And I was like, I don't want to be that dude. And I really kept it professional. And at some point, my own fucking like pompous fucking asshole mind, I decided that it was just no challenge to pick up chicks that way, and I have hooked up with. I could count on my fingers how many people I've hooked up with that I tattooed.
Really?
Yeah.
This makes no sense to me.
I know,
it's like you have to use every opportunity available.
It's seriously, it's like being in a field of fucking, you know, just dreams and just going, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and wake up now.
But that might help in
make
general.
It hard on myself.
You can still insert yourself into their social situation through.
I mean, I'm not saying I haven't tattooed chicks that I fucked. You know, my baby's mom is an opportunity. She's covered in them. But
and then she's got to go through life with your artwork on her, and that's kind of a win for you as well, right?
Yeah, no, she knows I'm the best. So, so she's just fucking. I'm a Chanel bag to her, but I'm her fucking. Yeah. Anyway,
I like that.
There you go. Here's your fucking Jimmy Wang or Johnny
Alexander Wang,
Alexander
something
Wang,
like that.
fucking shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your studs, bitch. But yeah, so I never really took advantage of that. I mean, if somebody throws it in my face, I said I could count them on my hands, but if they fucking throw it on me and it's that awesome, then I'm gonna, you know, bend over and walk in the door backwards, and I'm gonna fuck it. But
make it happen.
But yeah, I mean, but it really, I try to be professional, and if I run into the same chick out in a bar and they fucking come up and start chatting me up, then those I can't count on my fingers and toes. But but yeah, in the shop, I try to keep it like pretty professional.
What's tattooing like in LA versus Baltimore?
It's fucking slow. Everybody here is like, let me talk about what I want to do in August. I'm like, well,
everybody wants to plan it out.
Yeah, come talk to me in fucking August about what you want to do in August. I'm trying to pay my fucking rent in June, bitch. And then in New York is the complete counter of that, and it's like, I want this right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. I want to do this right now. And working in New York has been some of the best experience of my life.
Do you love the city? You like New York in general?
Yeah, I do. I don't want to be there too long. I get a little fucking, I don't know. My hand's fucking swollen right now from punching some idiot last night.
What happened with this guy you beat up?
I don't know, man. He just fucking hit him. CJ probably knows more about it. He was laughing at him, watching him leak outside while I accused CJ of doing it. And I was like, no, it's me, motherfucker.
Where did this happen?
Some fucking shitbag bar in fucking Santa Monica.
He
like pushed my friend's face, and then he started yelling at CJ because I confronted him, threw him against the wall, and he didn't do nothing. And then I just punched him a couple of times.
And the cops didn't come. You made it out safely.
No, I didn't fucking make it out safely. I went back in, and the guy was so annoying, sitting out front bleeding, that the bouncer came in and bought us shots. The guy was really a douche. Damn. But and then he was like, "I'm an Army Ranger." I was like, "I was a fucking Marine, fag." I don't mean to like throw that word around a lot because that's really fucked up. Because I have tons of friends and shitload more clients that are gay that I love to fucking death.
Actually, I remember one time I was over your house getting tattooed, and some gay dudes showed up in these crazy bedazzled gold sneakers. And the craziest sneakers I've ever seen in my whole life. I'm like, man, Grant, you got quite a clientele here.
Yeah, that's probably Tom. Tom's pretty cool. I like him.
Shout out to Tom. Who's the most famous girl you've ever slept with?
Can't say.
You can't say? Can you give us like a rough description of like what she might be like?
She's super cool in fucking late 90s, early 2000s.
Was it like Paris Hilton or something?
No, I've seen her naked though. That was Benji's fault though.
You saw Paris Hilton naked?
Yeah, but it was at Benji's house. He was with her, not me.
What was that like? What'd she look like naked?
She looked like a goddamn angel is what she looked like. An angel with big giant feet.
Did you point that out? You just tell her your feet are kind of fucked up looking?
I was too enamored, but I have a photographic memory, so it settled in later that she was like a size 14 or something.
Yeah, because she's huge too. How tall is she? 6'3" or something?
No, she's not at all. She's shorter than I am. I'm 6 foot. She's shorter than me.
But you hung out with girls that were in her social circle. Nicole Richie.
Yeah. Nicole's awesome too. I love Nicole to death. She's super smart, and she's not at all the fucking buffoon that Paris is. But I don't mean that.
I like that you're removed enough from the scene that you could tell us like that she's a buffoon, quote unquote.
Yeah, they're not gonna talk to me. No, but Nicole will, because she's still married to Joel, and they got some fucking beautiful kids, man. And I love Nicole to death, and she's fucking doing amazing things. Like she's always on tour with like books and TV shows and this and that and the other. And she is a super, super smart girl, and her dad's fucking Lionel Richie, so she's got to be awesome. That cat's the coolest motherfucker in the world.
Before we move on, what's the craziest shit you ever saw on tour with Good Charlotte or whatever? Did you ever see anything that was absolutely mind-blowing?
I was on tour with a different band, and there's a thing called Albuquerque.
What's that? I've heard of the state.
I've been on tour with a bunch of bands. I was on tour with Pantera when fucking Dimebag was still alive. But Albuquerque is when... some chick blows everyone there. You know what I mean? They blow everybody.
I've heard of this.
She's like, and you text your friends, hey, we got an Albuquerque. So they know to come over and fucking hop in line.
And that happens on tour?
That was not Benji and Joel.
But was that semi-common on tour? Like you would have chicks who were down for this arrangement?
I got my blowjob first. But
so you say.
I went and fucking found. What are you talking about? I went and found these chicks. I had all the fucking passes in my
Even if
pocket.
you don't go first, you got to act like you went first.
I was on the hunt. And I'm fucking good at running my mouth.
I've noticed that about you. That's like a known character.
It's my mom's fault. Her name's Elaine. She lives in Alabama. I'll give you her fucking number. You can call her yourself.
Your mom? Give you a recipe for biscuits. Wait, you want me to get some questions for this interview from her?
No, my mom's an idiot. She's not very fucking functional on the internet, though, so she'll never hear me say that. I love her to death. So can we tell the story about spitting vodka? Or no. I'm not going to describe that at all. I'm going to say, can we talk about this time you had sex in a bathroom when you were 16 and the ridiculous circumstances that erupted as a result? Can we plug my boys' podcast too?
Yeah. I listened to it earlier. It's 7 minutes. What's it called?
It's Mangler Nation.
Mangler Nation. The original incarnation of this. And there's a bunch of other ones too that are all crazy party stories from guys like yourself, I guess.
Oh, yeah. No, and these cats are fucking legit, man. I did stand-up recently just after doing this.
You do stand-up?
Well, I did it once.
How was that?
It was awesome. It was like the most comfortable thing I've ever done. I felt like I was in a bar, but
you weren't nervous going in to do this.
Paying.
I would like to do stand-up, but I'm terrified.
Fuck, it was amazing. I don't know. I was just like comfortable.
To me, you don't look like a stand-up dude. Like I can't imagine.
That's my fucking shtick.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it? Stand-up? I'm not Jewish. I don't know. But the Jewish guys are the fucking funniest, man. They're also the fucking smartest, and they make math.
My thing with the comedy thing is I just don't know. Can you be covered in tattoos and be a good comedian? Has this ever been done before?
Yeah, I'm fucking. A couple of people have fucking laughed so far since I've been running my mouth. I just fucking narrow that down into fucking like tweets.
Yeah.
And then say them out loud.
The stand-up comedy is basically the art of tweeting, right?
Yeah. Just reading tweets.
What question led us to this?
But yeah, so anyway, Mango Nation, my buddy Julian and Mr. Bob.
But let's get into this story, because this story is one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
All right, so I told him the story on there, and it's all like party stories, and the thing that got me into doing stand-up is like 2 fucking legit, real, like grown-ups, like stand-up comedians went after me, and I was like, fuck, man, that, like, I did it too. Like, I'll try your job. Fuck you. Everybody wants to be a tattooer. So anyway, so I went on Mango Nation and I told this story. And they edited it down and put sound effects, and it's all, like, funny and stuff. But when I was, like, 16/8, I was 18 years old, and everybody else was. We went to a hotel, and it was, like, 4 of us and, like, 4 chicks, or 3 of us and 3 chicks, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so me and my chick, who was shy, apparently.
You went in the bathroom, which this is my move. You got to use the bathroom for all it's worth.
We went in the bathroom, and she went. I was down to just fuck on top of the TV. I don't give a shit. I was like, pussy, all right.
This is when they didn't have flat screens, so it would have been totally different to fuck on TV.
Yeah, this is when my penis drilled out fucking doors and pomadum doors. But anyway, so we go in the fucking bathroom. This bitch makes me wear a condom. I say bitch because later on the night she was fucking my friend Jerry.
Well, she makes you wear a condom. She's kind of a bitch, you know?
Yeah.
You're ruining part of the fun.
That's back when you could get AIDS from a pool. It's bullshit. Toilet seats and pools, man. You can fuck like 14 South African fucking like people living in the bush and you can't get AIDS.
Oh my god.
Unless you get fucked by them.
Anyway, this is pre-AIDS. AIDS didn't exist at this point.
So before the Red Cross fucked up and gave everybody AIDS with a fucking polio vaccine. That really happened. So I was in the bathroom and I fucking fight through this fucking oven man I'm fucking her with, and I'm like, all right, this is fucking feeling good now, you know, like, yeah, all right, yeah, pumping. And I was this weird stand-up position, like face to face, you know, like fucking missionary on a wall.
Always face away from the person you're having sex with.
And I was pretty much gonna break my penis, or I was gonna fucking adjoin her asshole and vagina. So anyway.
Adjoin.
Word power.
Just a tiny little flap there, you know?
Yeah, there was a tiny little flap there. It was a little bit bigger later. But, so anyway, I'm fucking this bitch, and it starts feeling awesome. I'm like, well, I got this fucking oven mitt on. I might as well fucking, you know, I'm fucking through this fucking boxing glove. Then, you know, I'm going to bust my fucking...
We could call it all kinds of things.
I'm going to bust my load in there. And plus, I didn't realize how far I'd actually shoot. Otherwise, I'd pull out and fucking hit her like a firing squad. But, so I fucking bust my load up in there, and I pull my dick out, and it's just like my rubber is like... busted and bunched all down around. It's like a rubber pubic hair.
Cock
it's like
ring.
Latex pubic hair. Like
used to be a condom, now it's a cock ring. That's the worst thing to look down at, right?
And I look down and she looks down. She instantly goes, "Oh my god, I'm pregnant." And I'm like, I really don't think you can tell just yet. I'm just saying. I think there's like a fucking copulation. I don't know.
High school girls.
Yeah. There's a little bit of there's a period in there before you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you got to miss one to fucking know you're
pregnant. Can't happen right away.
Yeah. You're not gonna know right. Like it's not like psh, done. There was no fucking easy bake. test then.
But so then I pull my dick out
and I look around and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm pregnant!" And she starts bawling her fucking eyes out. She knows she's pregnant.
So Grant thinks, I'm going to fix this.
I'll fix it. I look around the room, and there's a plastic bottle of vodka I brought in. So, I take this Aristocrat or some other fucking fancy thing, and I fucking, look, I'm going to fucking take a mouthful of shit, and I'm going to fucking spit it up in your twat, and I'm going to fucking hold it up in there, and it's going to kill all the sperm, like spermicide.
This is classic high school thinking. High school ingenuity.
And I was a fucking, I excelled as a student. Like, I was a fucking super smart kid. Like, I took the ACT or SATs in 7th grade. But, so anyway, I convinced her this is going to work because she's a cheerleader. Idiot. So she sits on the fucking toilet and she throws her fucking legs up on my shoulder, and I fucking take this plastic bottle of vodka and I fucking take a big fucking mouthful and I swallow it and really think about what's about to happen. And I'm like, okay. And then I take another one and I fucking pull her pussy apart and I fucking just mouthful like Dizzy Gillespie, like cheeks. You know what I mean? Like, excuse me. I think I taste her.
I think I taste her.
So I fucking belly full, you know what I mean? Like belly button full. And I fucking shut the doors behind there and I'm like holding her pussy shut. And I'm sitting there and her legs are still on my shoulders. She's sitting on the toilet.
And you had just met this girl too.
I'm on fucking knees. I don't know. You probably kind of. She went to a different school. But Brookwood.
And he's getting to practice his ingenious new birth control method on her.
Man, I hope Leslie's listening.
I know we just met, but I got this plan.
She might have a kid now that's a fucking into BMX. I hope he's listening. Leslie.
What's up, Brian?
I'm not going to say her last name. And tonight, like it matters. She's probably had 3 other ones since. But so I'm holding her fucking shit shut. And I'm like, and she's looking at me. She's like, "Do you think it's gonna be okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be okay." And I let go, and it says "douche," and just fucking like unloads, literally like my load and vodka unloads in my face, and my mouth, and my nose, and my eyes. It was like the next first 3 times I blew a load on it. It was like I'm like, "Oh my God, that's my own cum. I can't. I'm like, "Hey, no, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God, it's in my eye." And I hear her screaming, you know what I mean? Because I guess it takes a little air to fucking hit. And I got another funny story about Mace later. But
I'm going to write that down so I remember to ask you.
Her fucking pussy was on fire, I guess. And my eyeballs were with my own load and this vodka. And then she
my own load and this vodka.
When I fucking get one eye clear of my own fucking cum and fucking, vodka babies, she's fucking upside down in the fucking toilet. And her pussy is over the fucking thing. It's on
the faucet,
and it looks like one of those fucking clown heads you attach to the hose in a yard that just knocks kids out left and right. And it's water falling straight back up the wall, like.
So her idea is just as good as yours.
Oh yeah. And she has her pussy. She's fucking the fucking faucet part that comes out and you make a bath with. And it's fucking spraying right back up the fucking wall. And I look over at her, and she's still screaming and bawling her eyes out. And I'm wiping the cum out and trying to I'm questioning my sexuality.
Yeah, did you actually think to yourself, am I gay now?
Yeah, because I had my own cum in my mouth. Yeah. And I mean, with the shitty vodka, I didn't even really taste it. It was it was a texture thing, you know what I mean? Same reason I don't like marshmallows. But so anyway, this bitch is upside down in the fucking bathroom, and she's fucking just spraying back up the wall, and she's fucking screaming. And then she calmly looks over and goes, "Do you think it worked?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it fucking totally worked."
And she didn't get pregnant?
No, not at all.
See,
I didn't have to have it. I had my first abortion, I think I was like 18 or 19.
If you were to ask a doctor, hey, will this work? They'd probably say no. But if you ask me, that
mental trauma probably
blasting that much water into there, it's got to do something, right?
Yeah, and that much fucking vodka, you know what I mean?
It's got to, again, do something, right?
Yeah, it's going to make those kids fucking retarded. And I would chuck them off a cliff or drop them off.
But I mean, I've met lots of people that really think that if you're in a hot tub or if the girl's on top, that they can't get pregnant.
Oh, that's fucking retarded. They
Still common, teenage thinking.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's I still won't fuck somebody with a sheepskin condom either. What are those fucking things that lets the AIDS through but stops the babies or something?
Really? That's a thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, what's the mace story? Who'd you mace?
Oh, I didn't mace anybody.
Or was it Mace from Bad Boy Records?
I've been maced so many times. It kind of became a fetish for a while. The first time I was at I think it was
putting it on your food.
Yeah, it was some fucking outdoor concert in Alabama, and a lot happened that night. I fucked my best friend at the time's girlfriend, which is the last time I fucked my best friend's girl.
Why'd you do that? What are you doing?
I think he fucked mine. Plus, she was really hot. She had the craziest red hair. It looked like your fucking stairs. It was like that color red.
You seem like you don't remember huge parts of this time period.
No, her name is Nikki Boudreaux. And I either got crabs from her or the fucking the jeans I bought at the thrift store, and I wore commando. But somebody gave me fucking crabs. Goddammit. That's the first time I ever shaved my penis. I look like a giant baby dick. But anyway, so we were at this fucking concert and we got in a fight. It's weird. I've seriously been in too many. My face will attest to that, and these fucking scars and cuts all over it. But anyway, so we're at this concert and we get in a big fight. And one of my dickhead friends who's got a fucking little mace can or something, he fucking stole from some cop's daughter. He's fucking, I don't know. He fucking maces. He just shuts his eyes and dances in a circle and maces everybody there, and we all get fucking
just for no reason or because you got in a fight.
No, we were all fighting. There was a bunch of people. This was rednecks. It was Alabama shit. So we're all fucking fighting, and my buddy fucking maces that Richie maces fucking everybody there, and including myself and Christy, this girl, was fucking later when Nikki wasn't around, and I dropped Christy off later. I'm making out. And it's getting real hot, because I got maced fucking 3 hours before. There was a whole getting crabs and fucking my friend's girl and driving home in my mom's Aerostar and driving Christy. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fucking shit transpired. So my face had long since stopped burning. And we're kissing, we're making out. And yeah, this is awesome. I didn't know what she was. She was either Middle Eastern or some kind of Mexican. I didn't recognize. Either way,
non-white.
She was non-distinct beige. But I was super into it, even her big areolas. So anyway, so we're fucking making out, and it's getting hot, and she starts blowing me. It's getting real fucking, hot. And then we're fucking, and it's so, we're both pretty much crying at this point. But it's awesome, so we don't stop fucking. I don't know, he's laughing, but sometimes
It's somebody outside. Yeah.
That's
Some
awesome.
bum who probably one of the this chick. She's,
Yeah, really
her
fun.
current incarnation is she
Yeah.
crawls the street of Skid Row.
I
Yeah.
thought I was getting it from the diaphragm, and somebody was appreciating my story outside. Oh, I too know about Mace.
I too.
But yeah, so anyway, I didn't find this out later until I was in the Marines, and they make you go through like a gas chamber with a gas mask and don and clear your mask. Like, so it reacts with water. It takes water to get it off, but it takes buckets and buckets and buckets. But when it dries, it doesn't burn anymore.
Right.
You know. But if you get wet again when you take a shower later, it's like a fucking sunburn when you get back from the beach. It sucks, you know, and it reenact or re.
So you were having sex at this point, or you were getting head, and it
both.
started to ignite.
I was getting head, and that was getting us both so hot.
And did she
slash-
recognize that there was something happening to her mouth? She
No.
was kind of confused.
No,
Yeah.
she was just like it was super hot. I wonder if she has crabs. Anyway,
She did, at least for a little bit. Yeah.
because I fucked Nikki first.
There you go.
All right, now I'm back. It's a good story. So anyway, yeah, I was getting head, and it was hot, and we were kissing, and it was hot, and her nipples stayed hard the whole time. But yeah, we started fucking, and it was like super, super hot. But I was like so committed to it. I was like, I'm not stopping. Like,
Yeah.
this is awesome. Like,
Once
this
you
is-
start,
this
yeah.
could possibly be the best. I just thought that fucking Middle Eastern people had super hot pussies, and
Well, you were young.
I think they do though. I know this other Afghani girl. She looks like Princess Jasmine. I'm still in love with her.
Yeah.
But
everybody, I got a Middle Eastern girl that drives me fucking nuts.
yeah, it's my
too.
baby's mom's
So,
best friend though. It's awesome. Oh man, I probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway,
I'll take that.
fuck the world. She's super hot. I'll show you some pictures in a bit. but
Yeah, I need
she's
to see that.
Yeah, she's good. But anyway,
It's a
back to my
forbidden-
story. So
forbidden
anyway,
fruit,
I
yeah.
just thought that fucking non-stink beige people had super, super hot pussies and mouths. Tweakers do. But anyway, that wasn't it at all. And then we figured out kind of later, like, oh my God, it's because we both got maced earlier and we were talking about it. We were done fucking. And then a couple weeks later, she hit me up because it was just a random, like, casual, like, hookup thing. We were friends. It was just like fuck buddies. And she was like, that was pretty awesome. And like, you know, like I fucked my boyfriend and that was like, I kind of want to do it again. I'm like, I know what we'll do. We'll fucking get Richie's pepper spray and we'll spray it all over the fucking room and we'll just go in and fuck. And we did that probably like 5 or 6 times, and it was fucking
In a room full of pepper spray. Has it
not full, but you know, like a couple of good, you know, like write your name on the wall. You know what I mean?
So,
Style.
and did it simulate what you originally liked about
Goddamn
this?
right, it was
Really?
awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
Wow,
I mean, it was hard to
fascinating.
breathe. Like it was like fucking in an altitude chamber or something. You know what I mean?
Would you
Like-
say this is probably the weirdest thing you've ever done sexually?
No, not even close. But it was awesome. It was one of my favorites. It's still one of my favorites. Like I don't partake in that a whole lot anymore because I smoke too much. My lungs are already fucking haggard. But
This is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I don't
but
even know
I'm
what the
still-
follow-up
I'm
question should be.
I'm still kind of super into it. It's like a pain pleasure thing. Like I don't fuck your candle wax. Give me some fucking pepper spray. Or
One
mace.
time I fucked a girl in a bed full of cat piss by accident. And it was not good at all. It was horrible. I have nothing good to say about it. Yeah.
There was another time it was super weird. And, my little brother, God rest his soul, or whoever's out there, but he was big into like snakes and like
Don't tell me you fucked a girl with a snake.
yeah.
Oh my god.
With two Burmese pythons.
Wait, all right, let's hear this.
And
I was gonna say, do you have another good sex story?
She got way more into it than I was. I was honestly a little bit intimidated. There's like a 14-foot snake and then mine.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you know,
clearly striking out compared to this guy. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, you know what I mean? Like,
So what's the
I ain't gonna
circumstance that you
invite
fuck a girl with a
Shaquille
snake?
O'Neal over to
What,
fucking
how did you end up in
my
this?
girlfriend. Well, we were at my mom's house. It's in the fucking redneck, and where my brother lived, and well, shit, where I still lived. I was in high school, but Garrett had these Burmese pythons that he fucking like. I guess they were like I don't know, whatever. But we just got super stoned. I think we were smoking boat. We had this really crazy weed. We got some some sketchy black dude at the prom, and I mean, he was sketchy more than black, but anyway, I think we were smoking PCP, and then it just, you know, it got all fucking natural born killers.
And
Next
who-
thing you know, the fucking snake's in the bed, and
Who put in the first
Listening to
request? You think she was like, "Oh, I want to get fucked by a snake," or were
think
you
we're
like, "Oh, I
listening
want to fuck you with a snake"?
I think we were listening to like Tool or something else stupid.
And Tool just sort of brought that out in you.
no, the cage was right there, and I was fucking on the couch, a bed thing. I call it bed, but day bed.
And she loved the snake.
Yeah, she was kind of like super into it, and it
Did you have to lube the snake, or is the snake kind of naturally lubed?
didn't even get in there. Snake didn't get no action.
Oh, it didn't even really get inside it?
I would think that, the tail would go in the butt, but the scales go backwards, so you'd have to put the head in. Then you might not want to come out. Either way, you're going to get a backward scale action somehow, so you don't want to put it in the butt or the vag.
Wait, but so you tried to put the snake's head in her vagina?
I tickled her butthole like while I was fucking her with a snake's tail. But I didn't put it in there because the scales would go backwards, and it was.
Well, it's good that you had this thought process. Yeah.
Yeah, I was always one for common sense.
Can you give me one more good, the most fucked up thing that like comes to mind, the craziest shit you ever did in terms of party and sex stories. Let's get one more out of the way because we're almost an hour in.
All right, cool. I don't really have one. My craziest fucking like tat story was kind of sexually oriented, and You remember like Spencer's Gifts, like the birthday cards and shit with the big giant fat bitch like the size of two of these tables? So I tattooed one of those women, and I'll say women now because I feel like you're going to get to know her and really like start to like her, She's a good part of the story. She was really fucking super great, super nice lady. But she came in and she wanted to get a Japanese beetle, like a June bug, tattooed under a fat roll. And I call them like dog tits because they have these giant, massive fucking like office chair-sized boobies. And this huge...
I've never even thought about tattooing like really obese people. That's got to be a really unique challenge, huh?
She was horrifying. on the initial fucking, just glance. It was terrifying. I mean, literally, like, sideways in the door, like 500 pounds, like 100 pounds a foot. She was 5 feet tall. She should have been 6. I think
you should get paid more for doing this sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, but, so anyway, she comes in, and she wants this June bug tattooed under a fat roll. And I was like, well, you're going to have to hold that shit up. And she literally takes a boob and puts it on her back, like over her shoulder. And then she sits there holding up, and I call them like dog tits because somehow your belly button splits you down the middle, like even if you get grossly or morbidly obese.
Yeah.
It keeps a split there. So it's like a titty, and then a titty without a nipple, and then a gunt, and then a knee. And that's what she was. And she was, like, no bullshit, she was on a Spencer's card. Like, she gave me autographed, like, stuff that I threw away immediately.
Oh, so she was like on the card because she was so fat. She was famous for being fat.
She was a famous fetish porn.
And are you telling me you
model.
hooked up with this person?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Thank God.
I never fucked a fat chick. I'm enough fucking weight on an IKEA bed. I promise you. I've broken plenty.
Well,
of those.
500 pounds. I mean, that's fucking
above
and beyond.
I feel like if I could go back in time, I probably would have fucking got a little header at least. But
right in the tattoo shop.
Seriously, she looked hungry. But so anyway, she's holding up her fucking, that in-between giant boob thing without a nipple. So she's holding that up, and I'm tattooing it under there. And I'm like, so what the fuck? Like a bug in a place you'll never, ever, we'll probably never see the light of day again. Oh, so I can play, like, Find the Bug with my, counterparts when I'm, like, doing porn. I'm like, wait.
Porn? Oh,
wait, doing
my
porn.
God.
She's like, oh, yeah, baby, like, there's a fucking fetish for everything. Like, it's all out there. And I was young still. Like, I'd been tattooing 1 or 2, maybe 3 years. So I was, like, early 20s. She's long since dead, so I shouldn't really tiptoe around, like, fucking talking shit about her. Because she was really the sweetest lady, and I was so scared when she picked up that fucking fat. I was gonna smell. There's no way people that fat live that long.
The boob over the shoulder, dude.
She's not a worm. She didn't get a leg cut off that you named Sally, but she's dead. So anyway, this is a fucking giant bitch. Like when she picks it up, I thought it was gonna be like Total Recall, like falling out in a Mars atmosphere. My eyeballs are gonna bug out of my head, and I was gonna smell something atrocious that actually smelled like nothing.
Yeah, I'm imagining the smell underneath it being repugnant, just stinking underneath it. Just
it
sweat.
smelled like daisies made into powder. It was crazy. It was so clean and
she must have known. Yeah,
seriously, she must have gotten a dust bath.
She does porn. She's a professional 500-pound woman.
Talcum powder bath or something. But anyway, so I was like, wait, porn? And she was like, oh, yeah, baby, that's my main thing. Like, I do these, like, cards and these photo shoots, and we'll, like, put food all over me, but, and then I'll have, like, 16 guys fuck me at one time. And I'm like, so how many people have fucked you at one time? Because I'd already, like, put 2 and 2 together and realized that you can just fold up any part, and she's, like, just a walking pile of fifis, And she was like, well, I can't see them all, baby, but, I'd say at least like 18 or 19.
Wait, but they're fucking the fat?
Oh, they just fold up anything. Her pussy was so far buried.
Where is it? It's got to be somewhere.
I don't know. I feel like her period's like on delay. Like she's fucking like cleaning up fucking July and it's August already. You know what I mean? Like
I couldn't see them all.
Yeah. When she gets her period, it comes out as crust. But so anyway,
that's the kind of girl that I want to wife up eventually. Is a girl that has at one
that
point
has a rust period.
had so many dudes fucking her that she couldn't even comprehend how many there were. That's
She said
love.
she just couldn't. She's just like, my peripheral eyes are good. I can't see them all, baby. I don't know. But everybody's fucking something. You know, there's people on chairs and ladders and just climbing on
Ladders.
There's fucking like a whole bunch of little tiny dudes just like a fucking ants attacking a grasshopper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just fold it up, spit on it, and fuck it. You know, but she was the most charming lady ever. I wish I could remember her name and make the story more authentic, but I can't really make this shit up. Like, it's fucking... It's a real deal. And fucking, you know, like spray a little pepper spray in your room, kids. It's fucking pretty awesome.
That is unreal. That's the coolest thing I heard in a long time.
It's fucking, you're going to try it. I know you.
Are you still in?
We're friends. I know you're going to.
Yeah, bring her around. Oh, the pepper spray. I thought you meant the 500-pound woman.
Oh, no.
I'll probably try that before the pepper spray.
I think they're fucking like finding a fucking unicorn. You know what I mean? They're just so fat and like just non-mobile. Like, where are you going to find them? You got to
Exactly. You ever been to the bar?
You need an address. And I haven't seen them on Tinder.
Jesus. Wow. Are you out of the porn star game at this point in your career? Are you done with that type?
No, I'm down. I'm down for whatever. You know what, man? I had this.
I know you got some good porn star stories too. We might need to touch on that real quick.
Yeah, but you know, I had this this chick and dated her for like a year and was really in love. I mean, I'm still really in love with her, so I'm like a little fucking slow getting back into the game. You know what I mean? And it's like the only chick in my life like I really, really like. I love this girl. You know what I mean? Like so much and. She's just awesome. It's not just the accent. I know there are people from England, but no, I mean she was amazing, and it's, oh man, it's fucking really, in ways kind of fucked up my life, and I've lost friendships over just, people we know and bullshit and fucking just the drama of life and relationships, but man, I all these old stories and all this old like crazy antics I did.
Like, that's not you these days.
I don't mind like talking about that stuff, but for a minute I just fucking like kind of like things were clear for a second, and I really loved this chick, and I really like broke her heart and like fucked her up. And
what'd you do?
I just was a fucking dipshit. I was like at a very like I was at the worst stage of my life when she came into my life, and I tried so hard to make it better, and I just fucked up, and I just like fucked her up, and it was terrible because, I mean, she's just so awesome, and I mean, she's so rad, and I was lucky to have her, and I just fucked it all up, but, like I don't, I'm not just, I don't know, man, I'm trying to get my life together, so if I ever get that fucking kind of chance again, I'll fucking do it right,
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
well, fuck that, though. Let's talk about porn stars and hookers.
yeah, I know a bunch of fucking porn stars.
Yeah, but okay, so do you ever have, like, crazy-ass porn star experiences?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but, fuck. Yeah, I mean, they're everything you think it would be. Like, it's a fucking spectacle of and, it's hard to talk about. I like some of them are my friends, and... they're capable of incredible things, but and I still am friends. So yeah, fuck, that was tough.
What's the craziest thing you ever seen?
I was having a hard time keeping a boner because I did too many painkillers.
Yeah.
And my friend was blowing me, which was awesome, and it was fine as long as there was like constant action because my fucking penis was numb with oxycodone.
That'll happen. Yeah.
And then she jumped up and stuck her whole fist in her ass.
Right in front of you.
I was like,
who was this?
Holy shit.
What's her
that's
name?
Awesome. She's fucking really good.
She's a famous porn star?
Yeah.
And porn stars love to do that. They love to put stuff in their own ass in front of you because this is just a skill that they have that the average girl doesn't have, and they know it.
Seriously, it's like a fucking python's head eating a goat. It was fucking amazing. And, yeah. And there was another time I was like, a similar situation, and I don't know if I just drank too much. You know what? I think it was weed. Fucking weed is like my kryptonite. Like
weed will kill you, right? Yeah, you were saying you have a hard time with it.
Both times it was weed. Both times I just, sometime mid-afternoon, I decided, like, I'm going to try to smoke weed. And I smoked weed and recovered from that and thought I recovered. But I guess still in my system, like, later on, it's fucked up 2 threesomes. And it's fucked up this couple of times fucking porn stars. And it's like, fuck, one time I was, like, Roman helmet, like, just beating her in the fucking face with my cock. And I'm like, God damn it, not now.
Well, you're saying you can't get hard on fucking weed?
Yeah, weed fucking makes me impotent.
Really?
Yeah, it's my kryptonite. I can fucking do anything. I can fucking do an 8-ball and fuck like a champ and then go right to fucking sleep. And I can fucking, obviously other drugs that will make you hard. But I mean, I can do the things that really incapacitate most people. I can fucking
that's very strange because all my
copious
friends...
amounts of fucking cocaine and be fine or painkillers or whatever. But weed, if I smoke weed, and it always forget that I smoked weed, and I forget, and I'm trying to blame it on
yourself.
One of my normal drugs or something else. And she was like, "Do I make you nervous because I'm a porn star?" I'm like, "No, she makes me nervous because I've watched her movies and fucking another porn star was eating her pussy."
Wow.
But yeah,
that's romantic. Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, I've done that, and I mean, I've definitely I've lived a life that's noteworthy. You know what I mean? Like, and I've worked really hard to put myself in those places, and I think anybody can fucking do it, you know. And it's like PMA, you know what I mean? It's like
I like that you're talking about PMA and the
fucking Bad Brains. I'm from DC.
The end result of the PMA though is group sex with porn stars because that
or anything you
that
want.
kind of thing was important to me as well. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I wanted that week, you know. And I want to make money. I want to put my kid through college, and I want to fucking figure out how to get along and fucking coexist with my kid's mom, and I want to do a lot of things. But that really is what makes it all come to fruition. It's having that PMA. It's like HR and fucking Bad Brains from the OG.
You see them live back in the day and stuff?
Goddamn, I've seen them. Yes, yeah. And I got a picture in my fucking phone of me and HR playing HR and his other band at the Whiskey recently. I photographed him there and hung out with OG Grant, the fucking drummer for him now. And but that was, that song was made when I was fucking 5 years old. I wasn't going to those fucking shows when Ian MacKaye had Minor Threat, when, and the whole straight edge movement and the whole fucking anti-racism fucking sharp skins from DC and all this stuff that I came up in the footsteps of this scene, but that PMA, man, I got that fucking positive.
That always stuck with you?
I got that attitude, you know what I mean? And that makes me able to achieve whatever the fuck I want to do. I've kickflipped a fucking skateboard, my old fat ass, and fucking landed it, but I can't land it if I can't imagine it. You know, it's a trick you do on a fucking BMX bike. You ain't gonna ever fucking land it if you're picturing yourself eating shit. Yeah. You're gonna eat shit, so just fucking get a fork. But that fucking, that attitude, you know what I mean? A positive mental attitude, and it'll fucking take you where the fuck you want to go, no matter where the fuck kind of bullshit, white trash, inbred fuck you're from.
Are you inbred?
No.
White trash? You wear that with pride?
To the fucking max. I don't wear it with pride. I fucking hide it in the closet. But it is my roots, you know what I mean? And I'm proud of my dad and all he's done, and I'm proud of my mom and how she hasn't. But that's where I'm from, and I've done a lot of things, and I've been a lot of places. There's fucking books written on people who've done less, you know what I mean? And I'm not here for the fucking biography. I'm just here living it and taking advantage and fucking, trying to figure out some of my mistakes and making it right.
So you're still on the singles scene and everything, but you aspire to be in a relationship?
No, I'll fuck chicks. No, I just want that one chick back. But that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, so I'm just I'm not. I've been a man whore, and I've fucking countless whoever's and whatever's, and most of the fucking no names are better. It's like a mutt's a healthier dog.
Were you ever into that total mind state where you're just chasing after these famous porn stars and shit, or
never really like porn stars, but
just models and just famous chicks in general?
I've fucked some some fucking people. But,
Michelle Obama, Barack Obama.
Yeah, I totally fucked. I blew him. No, he sucks. I blew Bill Clinton. I'm old. No, but
he was an intern.
But I mean, honestly, man, these days it's just I'm. I did fuck up for a long time, and I'm trying to just make it right. You know what I mean? And I'm working hard and doing that. And pussy's just there. It's super easy.
Yeah.
I said it before. It's it'd be so easy in a tattoo shop. But all you have to do is fucking spark a conversation that she's interested in, and then make you think she, you know what I mean? Make her think you give a shit.
Yeah.
Then you get laid. And that's
I don't think easy. I can pretend to give a shit at this point. That's my problem as I get older. Is this
no.
I don't care, and it's hard to act like I care.
No, that's a certain angle too. If you got to play it right. But
I think I pushed it past the limit where I don't care in a bad way.
No. But if you do that too, then they're gonna try to convince you to care, and eventually they'll convince you to care with a blowjob.
I think I might have hit the tipping point though.
Yeah,
well, they seem like they're over my shit in general. Lately.
Yeah, but that's a certain angle to play. You know what I mean? But I
gotta play it better.
I have fucking respect for people though, and you know what I mean. It's just not dropping names of people who've fucked 1,000 dudes with baseball bat dicks. It's you know what I mean. I have respect for the people that I've been with and had sex with, except for that girl who gave me crap. and fucked me even though she was dating my best friend, Nikki Boudreaux.
Like we kept shutting her up by name. Bitch,
yeah.
got crabs.
Yeah, but I have respect for people, and I mean, I think everybody should have that. You know what I mean? I don't have malicious intentions unless somebody does to me, and I got a fucking swollen hand for that. So karma's fucking me.
It might be that giant fucking ring you got on there. You think that helps or hurts when you punch somebody?
Because I hit him with that. knuckle, and then just fucking. I wish CJ took a fucking picture because he was sitting out front leaking and crying about it for an hour. I went out to smoke cigarettes and laughing at him. Fucking douche.
All right,
but yeah, man, just fucking, I'm just trying to be good these days.
Yeah.
But and I'll still fuck chicks though. If you got a bunch of cute fans, hit me up.
Yeah. If you want to fuck Grant, guy or girl, just let us know.
Ex-presidents, that's my shit.
If you've ever been president, hit us up. Yo, this is one question I really want to get in before we do the thanks and finish this off. Is a lot of my audience is like young men who probably are learning about horrible things that they shouldn't know from this story, like weird pregnancy remedies and
there's a fucking pill. Go get that.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, there's something called PCP. I want to go try that. Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Don't do PCP. We talked about that on Mike Hoder, is a BMX guy, his podcast as well. He talked about
he's on the water.
He spent like a year or so on the PCP and wasn't.
Oh no, that was early on. That was like once or twice early on.
Oh okay, good. Yeah.
There's worse drugs out there. Don't do speed, kids.
Yeah, speed is a scary one. I heard. But okay, so for the young kids out there who are 16 or 18 or whatever, and they're obviously interested in tattoos, they want to be a badass. What is your rough, if you had an 18-year-old kid, he's a cool kid, what's your advice for him on how to go about starting to get tattooed? What should his mentality be?
I mean,
if he wants to be respectable and not a total piece of shit, where should he start? What should he start with?
If he wants to be a fucking piece of shit, then I like the outcast mentality of tattoos. You know what I mean? So it'd be so hypocritical for me to say, yeah, here's the way to go about it. I mean, obviously, if you're a fucking moron, you're going to get shitty tattoos. If you have half a fucking brain, you'll do a little bit of research. If you get something that looks fucking epic in a photo for some dipshits on Instagram and then it fucking starts falling out, then go find a real tattooer.
You got the Instagram pic. That's all that matters.
Go look at fucking Smith Street tattoos. Go look at Bob Roberts tattoos. Look at Ed Hardy fucking T-shirts when they were Ed Hardy actually made those designs. Just look up Ed Hardy or look up Sailor Jerry and look up like real tattoos.
What would you say to somebody that has something negative to say about Ed Hardy because they're ignorant and they think it's a clothing line?
What is clothing line?
Well, they think it's just a clothing line.
He fucking sold his soul, so that's his fucking.
When you see him, do you talk to him about that?
No, I don't talk to him about that.
Is that just like a funny thing to him, or is he? You think he's upset about it?
I'm there for a different reason because I'm there as a professional, and I'm there, and I'm honored to be there, and I'm listening, so I'm not doing a lot of talking.
Yeah, he probably don't want to hear about that at this point.
He owns Ed Hardy again. He owns the brand again. It's no longer Christian Audigier that owns it.
Right? Did he sue him?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he had to, because Christian kept making fucking clothes, and Lucky Bastard or some other prick was selling Christian designs, and it still said Ed Hardy on top, but Ed Hardy didn't make those designs.
Oh.
All those fucking lighters you see in 7-Eleven, Ed Hardy didn't draw that shit. He did the fucking first ones when you saw Pharrell wearing the shit. When Cameron had a fucking Ed Hardy
I remember
t-shirt.
when Ed Hardy came out, and it was kind of cool for rappers to wear this at a certain point right in the beginning.
Well, yeah, because that's how Christian made his fucking $1 billion.
It got really co-opted by the party New Jersey douchebag scene real fast.
When Christian started putting too many fucking tassels and fucking rhinestones on it, Ed was like, "Oh, I'm done selling you designs." And then Christian was like, "Well, I bought the right to use your name," and then he was buying designs from other people and still putting Ed Hardy on there. So is Ed Hardy selling this shit that wasn't drawn by him?
Yeah.
The stuff that was drawn by Ed is fucking dope.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I still got a couple of those shirts. I don't fucking really wear them because they're, relics. But, Ed, Ed's awesome. And he's an amazing tattooer. And he fucking made plenty of money. So I ain't going to lose no sleep over what some fucking shitbag in Wyoming thinks about his fucking T-shirts or T-shirts with his name on it or some fucking lighter they bought at the fucking truck stop.
Could you still see yourself tattooing at Bob Roberts' age or at Ed Hardy's age?
Goddamn right. I'm going to do it till I quit.
Till you're dead or what?
Yeah, fucking right.
You couldn't see yourself doing anything else?
I'm a fucking tattooer. I make my money these days taking photos, and I got 3 Leicas in my fucking bag over there. It costs more than what I fucking drive or, more than I spent on plane tickets in the last year.
Scott, the cameraman's going to kill me if we don't touch on your photography obsession at least briefly.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love photography, and I make a good living doing that, and I'm a painter, and I make a good living doing that, and I do these burning things that I do with a blowtorch on a piece of paper, and it's my own medium, and I own a fucking trademark on the process. That's mine.
You own a trademark on it?
On the
literally?
I own a trademark on the process, yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's mine. I fucking paid the fucking patent attorney, because I can't afford a patent. That's like 14 G's. But they did the research, and it took 6 months, and I paid the fucking 2 G's, and
Wow.
It's my process. I do a lot of art and a lot of other stuff, but at the fucking core, like, I'm a scumbag and I'm a fucking tattooer, and I will be until my fucking hands don't work no more.
Yeah.
From probably punching some shitbag in Santa Monica.
It's crazy to me that you still have that motivation because, like,
goddamn right.
I'm literally
Forever.
sitting in your. Actually, that's how we know each other is because I was hooking up with some girl that was sleeping on your couch. Weirdly. That's strange,
yeah. Oh yeah. I still talk to her sometimes.
Oh yeah, not me. She's got a kid, but well, she hits me
Still
up once in a
cute,
while.
though. Yeah.
She's got a kid. Fuck it. But so.
She's fucking doubling.
But you know what I thought was funny though is I was with her and we're sitting on your couch and you come home and you have all these pieces of fucking metal and like weird chunks of wood that you found in the trash somewhere and you're like, no, I'm like making art with this shit. And I was really impressed. I'm like, this dude's like 40 and he's fucking still this motivated to make art that he's coming home with trash and he's like straight up like he's about to tattoo me and he's like, nah, I'll be right back. I got to do like 2 more trips out to get more of this stuff I found.
Oh well, I built a bunch of stuff. I mean, Ellis still got a fucking couch in his fucking studio that I built. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out of wood from old churches, and I've been around like. Me and C's are gonna go fucking skateboarding downtown in some fucking haunted buildings that I just know how to break into and take some photos there. And I do a lot of stuff. I'm passionate about art, but at my core, man, I'm a fucking tattooer. I've wanted to be a tattooer since I was 6 years old. Since I had some creepy old motherfucker. I was sitting there drawing his fucking aloha girl on his forearm on a piece of paper.
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh, that's pretty good. Fucking redraw it here, and I drew it on his arm and. This 90-year-old prick who got tattooed in Guam, before fucking nukes went off, influenced me that much when I was like 7 years old. And like, I'm a fucking tattooer and I will be until my fucking end. And, Bob Roberts and fucking Ed Hardy and even some of the younger like Lehigh and Scott Sylvia and Mike Wilson, like look up some of that shit. You want good tattoos? That's what they look like. I
got a list of stuff I got to look into now because if you couldn't tell throughout this podcast, I have a lot of tattoos, but I'm kind of more of just a guy who gets them and not a student of the art form like Grant. So there's a lot of stuff to go from here.
Scumbag student, same thing.
I got a lot of other things.
That PMA.
I'm looking at a lot of other things on the internet. Who do you want to thank before we get out of here? Who do you owe a debt to?
No fucking body. I'm fucking paid my bills.
Well, who do you want to say thanks to?
No, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I thank those people every day. You know what I mean? The people I care about most, like they know it.
Oh, yeah.
And I fucking go and work for them, and I fucking talk about them, and people fucking show up. And, obviously I love Bob, and, Charlie Roberts, like his son, still tattooing. And I was there tattooing the other day and fucking handing him over some PC, and that's how I thank him. And, a lot of people I have respect for, and I'm not fucking shy about saying those names, and I have 14 times in this fucking interview. But, I'm just fucking thankful for, my own fucking like drive and work ethic and thankful to fucking like come out of the fucking scum. You know what I mean? Like
You've been through a lot to still be able to practice your craft and to be out here.
And I mean, I think that's how kids should feel. You shouldn't have to fucking thank everybody. Live your fucking life and do your fucking thing and fucking own it.
Well, you heard it here first. This is no thanks section. No thanks at all. No, I feel you though. Yeah.
No, I mean, thanks for being on. We're friends. You know what I mean? Like we've known each other for a while, and we're homies, and that's why I'm here. And I have some crazy stories.
You do, yeah.
But I mean, there's shit happens. But I don't know about thanks. You know what I mean? Like, thanks for having me on. You know, but
my pleasure. This has been great.
I just like I'm thankful to fucking like in between all the fucking like bullshit and all the fucking like crazy nonsense. Like those kids fucking like pedaling bicycles and breaking their fucking ankles. Giving themselves concussions, like that's fucking rad, dude.
All of that despite Instagram,
Yeah, do the fuck, whatever the fuck gives you a fucking boner.
I want to make a clip.
That's awesome.
I would literally interview anyone who's seen Paris Hilton naked in real life.
Yeah.
There's a short list, I'm sure.
There's a fucking quite a list of people.
Ray J? I don't know.
No, Benji.
All right. All right. Well, Grant, thank you very much for coming on No Jumper.
Love you, Bench.
All the people out there, follow nojumper.com on Twitter, DOTCOM, and Instagram too, probably. Nojumper.com. Thanks very much to Scott Marceau for filming. Thank you, Grant. Appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy. At Grant Cobb and stuff.
Yeah, at Grant Cobb on Instagram. I'll probably be flashing it out throughout this anyway. But
Thanks,
thank you very much to everybody who listens. Appreciate it.
You're the man.
Subscribe. Hit us up on the SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, everything.